So, this content creator, Sober Side, is becoming one of my internet besties. She has a video that I want you to watch, and I will be coming in on the back end because her commentary is what I am dovetailing from. So, go ahead and watch her video, and then I'm going to come in with my stance or with my analysis and perspective.
I want to make something like very clear to the men who come to these spaces to like harass women in spaces where women are talking about what it's like to struggle in their heterosexual relationships, what their needs are, how they weren't met, all that stuff. When you as a man come to a space like this and you decide that you're going to harass, berate, or demonstrate your deep resentment for women here, you are making an assumption that women believe that men have no issues, that men have no struggles in heterosexual relationships, which is something that no one I know in this space, including would ever say, because that would be ridiculous. Of course, men have issues in their own relationships with women. This is just simply not a space where we talk about those issues. And I know that you don't really care about elevating those issues, because if you did, you wouldn't come to the spaces of women to try to fight back with women about your own struggles. You're just trying to dominate and harass women in their spaces for two reasons. The first is you're deeply uncomfortable that women have spaces you can't control or in any way affect. And also that the second thing, you are deeply resentful that women feel empowered enough to talk about our struggles, to express ourselves in ways that you don't know how to. I hear all the time from men, both on the internet and in my real life, about the ways in which they do so much for their partners. And whenever they describe what they do, it's always they placate them. It's always they just blindly try to please their partner no matter how much they like it or they don't. And the reason that men resent these spaces is because they simply don't know how to express their frustrations and resentments, and often go along with things maybe they don't want to and then hold it against their partner instead of hold themselves responsible for allowing themselves to stay in relationships that might not be making them happy. Not the problem of women. It's not our problem. The fact that men do not feel empowered to do that is not our problem. So men often resent us for being able to express ourselves so clearly and set boundaries that allow us to deny and leave the relationships that we don't want to be in as a result of not wanting certain things, not wanting to do certain things. Because men very often don't feel empowered or really strong enough to leave relationships. I know most women say all the time, men are chicken shit to break up with women in relationships. They'll stay and they'll be miserable. Again, that is not the problem of women. And the only reason you come to these spaces trying to fight with us, to harass us, to degrade us, is because you resent the fact that we are empowering ourselves enough to feel our feelings in ways that you don't know how to. So you take out that anger and that resentment on women that you really feel at yourself for not being able to stand up for yourself and express your own emotions. Not the problem of women. This is not our problem. It is the problem of men. Make spaces for yourself. I want to make something like very clear to the men who come to these spaces to like harass women in spaces where women are talking about what it's like to struggle in their heterosexual relationships, what their needs are, how they weren't met, all that stuff.
I'm going to piggyback off of Sober Side, but I'm also going to promote the fact that I have a book that I have finished, Ashy Men Will Make You Fat, a petty self-help guide. Now, I I am consistently being silenced because men don't like it when you have a space that is specifically for women, and they do not like it when we do not center them. And so I have a whole page that is dedicated to speaking to women, talking about having boundaries, self-love, decentering males, stop that we're talking about not seeking their validation and the head pats and their opinions. And so when they see that, even if we are talking specifically about health and wellness or trends or anything, they need to come in and bombard us with their opinions. And what I really don't like is they don't hear us and hear our opinions. No, they swoop in, give the same 5 tired, regurgitated, red pill talking points. They don't use the opportunity to be in a woman's space and hear our perspective. No, Absolutely not. They take it and just start regurgitating opinions. So I, as the owner of my platforms, take it and then just block them. And yes, males, yes, I know. I didn't invent this, but neither did you. And we all still have the capacity to block who we want to. These dudes can't stand us women that have strong opinions, that are unshakable in our value system. They can't stand us because we don't take their opinion and automatically stuff it in our back pocket and then take it and then regurgitate it out. So they don't like us. So that is the reason why we have to, ladies, have a value system. Be be assertive in speaking it. Learn how to communicate it well, and then have these spaces that are dedicated to us. Don't allow men to bully you out of your spaces. Tell them, stay on point, listen to our perspective, or you can be blocked. They have the capacity to go to their spaces, talk about their issues, which I suggest that they do. But they need to do it on their own space, in their own spaces, and with other men. Because coming to whine and complain and regurgitate their opinions in women's spaces, that's not for me. And so I'm good with blocking. Block, block, block. Y'all comment.